Hey guys, Jeff here with Fat Kids Barbecue. How's everybody doing today? So today we're going to be cooking a smoked oxtail. What we're going to do is we get the pit barrel cooker outside, we get that warming up to about 275. We get some regular charcoal in there, and then we're also going to put some pecan wood chunks on top of the charcoal just so we get that nice pecan smoke flavor into the oxtail. We'll take this oxtail that you see in front of me here. We're going to trim up the fat. I've already done these over here. So we're going to trim the fat off. Because you've heard me say this before, I'm fat enough as it is. So we'll trim away some of the fat. Be careful not to remove some of the meat like I just did there. Because we don't need to eat all this fat. It's not that good for you. So we'll clean this up some. I don't know if you've ever had oxtail, but when I lived in Houston, Texas, back in the 90s, this was one of my favorite meals to go out for. Really enjoyed this one. So I'm going to cook it a little bit differently. What we're going to do is we'll smoke it for 2 to 3 hours on the pit barrel cooker, and then we're going to braise it for another 2 to 3 hours, and again we'll put that on the pit barrel cooker. So this is, oxtail's looking pretty good. What we're going to do, because this is such a good cut of meat, we're going to take our Traeger prime rib rub and we're going to sprinkle this all over the top of it. And we'll season all sides, just as we typically do. So if you've never had oxtail before, this is some of the best cuts. It'll be really tender. It's a little bit tough right now, but we'll cook it down. It'll almost be like a pot roast when we're done. So we're seasoning that up pretty good. We've covered that all up. I'm also going to put a little bit of some ground pepper on top. And I was thinking maybe I might kick it up a notch and put something a little spicy on there. Let's put some sriracha on here. So put a little sriracha on. Let's just get a little bit of flavor going today. So this will work. Once the grill's warmed up, we'll get this out there. Again, we're waiting for about 275 on the pit barrel cooker. Alright guys, so our cooker's warmed up to about 275 degrees, so we're going to go ahead and put the oxtail on. We are going to use a grill eye meat probe today to keep an eye on the temperature of the grill and also on the temperature of the oxtail. So we'll get this all set up and we'll let it be, and we'll come back and check it in a couple hours. So I decided to come out and take a peek at the oxtail, and everything is looking really delicious. They're getting a nice color to them. They've been on for probably about an hour and a half now, and we'll let these guys go for another hour on here. All right guys, so it's time to make our braising liquid, and what we've got here is I got everything all portioned out and ready to go. So we're going to start out with our 3 cups of beef broth. We'll put that into our cast iron pan here. Then we're going to put in 1 cup of red wine. Then we're also going to put in 1/4 cup of Worcestershire. Then we got 1/4 cup of balsamic vinegar. We're also, just for fun, I had this in the cabinet and I thought, you know what, let's kick this up a little bit and give it a little bit more spice. So we're gonna put some Rotel tomatoes in there. Why not? Then we're gonna take our onion. We've got about 1/4 of a cup, maybe a little bit more than that. I think it's about 1/2 cup. Then 1/2 cup of celery. And then we're also gonna put some carrots in there. We also have some tomato paste. And the tomato paste will work just to thicken this up some. It'll give it a nice flavor too. So the oxtail's about ready to come off. It's sitting, I just checked the temperature on it. It's been on for about 2.5 hours now, and it's looking at about 200 degrees. So I'm gonna pull that off here in the next couple of minutes, and then we'll put it into this braising. Wow, does that smell delicious? So we'll put it in here, and then we'll take the braising pan and we'll put this out on the pit barrel cooker to finish off the cook. We'll let this sit out there for the next couple of hours. So I went out to the pit barrel cooker and I got the oxtail. The oxtail looks really good. Some of the stuff looks a little bit burned, but it's not. It's actually, in camera it looks a little dark, but it's not. It looks fantastic. You can tell it's still firm. This is about 200 degrees right now, so what we're going to do is we're going to put it in our braising liquid, and we'll let it cook in the braising liquid for the next couple of hours. Really looking forward to this dinner tonight. This is going to be outstanding, I can tell. So we're going to bring this braising liquid back out to the pit barrel cooker, now that it's all stirred up with our oxtail inside. And we'll put it on there, we will cover it up, and it'll be on there for the next couple of hours. And then we'll see how it comes out. Alright, so as you can see, we're back out at the pit barrel cooker, and we've got our oxtail in the braising liquid. So we'll close this guy up. And we'll come back and we'll check on this in a couple of hours. It's been a couple of hours and I just decided to come out and take a peek at this guy. As you can see, it's boiling nicely. It looks like it's almost time to take them off. You'll notice one thing I wasn't able to do. I wasn't able to put the cover on the top of our pan here. So that's all right. We got some smoked flavor into the braising liquid, so that'll work nice. All right, guys, so it's become my favorite part of the cook here. We're gonna come out and we're gonna take the lid off and we're gonna take a peek at this guy in here. Wow. Those oxtail look amazing. I know you're all tempted to lick the screen. Unbelievable. All right, guys, so the moment of truth is upon us here. So we have our oxtail. They've been out on the smoker, on the pit barrel smoker, all afternoon. So we let them cook open for about 2 hours, and now they've been in the sealed container here for the last couple of hours. We did have 1 hour in between that we left this open so we could get some smoke into the sauce here. So let's see how we did. If we did these right, they'll be fork tender and they'll fall right off the bone. And looking at these guys, ooh, that looks amazing. They smell wonderful. The meat is gonna come right off the bone. You can see it's just pulling right away and falling off the bone. That's unbelievable. Let's give it a taste. Oh, is that good? Just as I remember in Houston, Texas. Those are delicious. They have a nice smoked flavor. They fall off the bone. The red wine sauce that we made with them is really fantastic. So these came out great. Thanks, guys. If you like what you see, click the like button and subscribe to the channel.